Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Katie and I'm the Organic Esthetician. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing the different things that I do on a daily and weekly basis as part of my personal wellness routine. So these are things to help reduce stress, reduce inflammation, promote lymphatic drainage, detoxify the body, and improve sleep. As you all know, I'm an esthetician. I spend 6 to 8 hours a day in the treatment room with clients. I'm driving up and down the state between two studios, one in the Napa Valley and one in Los Angeles. And it accumulates into a lot of wear and tear on my body. On top of all of that, I have a history of repetitive motion injuries, cubital tunnel, and thoracic outlet syndrome. And so I am very mindful of maintaining health on the deepest levels so that I have longevity in my career. If you're an esthetician, I'm sure you can relate. Our job is really taxing, physically taxing. And if you're not mindful of ergonomics and body mechanics and stretching every night and moving your body and doing postural correction, because we're all like this all day, hunched over our clients. And so when we're not in the treatment room, everything needs to be chest opening in our lives. All of these movements and all of these things build up over time, creating long-term issues in the body. So doing things regularly to counteract some of this activity is so important when it comes to maintaining our health and reducing pain and making sure that we feel the best that we possibly can in our bodies for as long as we can. So whether you're an esthetician or anyone else interested in wellness tuning into today's video, I hope that you find some of these suggestions helpful. If you've watched some of my recent videos, you probably know by now that I have a really wonderful partnership with CurrentBody. They make a bunch of amazing tools and anti-aging devices for the face and the body, but they've currently launched a new collection of wellness devices. And I'm so excited about all of them. They've been generous enough to send them to me, and I truly have been incorporating them into my weekly wellness routine. So I'm gonna be highlighting a few of those today, in addition to simple things that you can incorporate easily at home without spending any money. I also have a discount code with CurrentBody. I believe it's CBKatie. I'm gonna put my code in the show notes down below, along with links to all of the products that I talk about in today's video. Both in my practice and at home, I am very into frequency-based modalities. I offer electric facials in my studios, and I use a lot of electrical modality to activate cellular health. So I love frequency. And one of the easiest ways to incorporate frequency treatments at home or in your business is through PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. I have an entire video on PEMF and dedicated videos to devices like the biocharger, which incorporates PEMF voltage, frequency, and full visible light spectrum. So cool. But these larger PEMF devices tend to be very expensive and not very portable. So this is where PEMF mats come into play. So it looks like a yoga mat, but you lie on it and it emits these electromagnetic fields to help promote all kinds of different activities in the body. So I am so excited that CurrentBody just launched an infrared PEMF mat, and it has quickly become a really easy way to incorporate PEMF into my daily routine. PEMF is a non-invasive therapy that stimulates cellular activity to increase healing and reduce pain. It's FDA cleared in the United States for the healing of bone and is a fantastic pain management tool, but it has a host of other benefits. So these low frequency pulses mimic the natural electromagnetism of the earth and the electromagnetism of our bodies, right? We are electric, and where there's electricity, there's electromagnetism. So CurrentBody's PEMF mat has 6 different coils inside the mat. It offers 9 different intensity levels and a frequency range of 1 to 30 hertz. Above the coils, the mat's infused with amethyst and black obsidian gemstones, all while incorporating infrared heat. So intensity levels 1 through 3 are ideal for relaxation, stress relief, and improving sleep. This is considered gentle stimulation. I find that I personally like to stay in this lower intensity, especially if I'm using the mat for a little bit longer. Moderate intensity is level 4 through 6, which supports muscle recovery, improves circulation, and offers mild pain relief. The highest intensity is levels 7 through 9. These levels target deep tissue healing, joint pain relief, and inflammation reduction. The temperature range on the mat is between 95 and 167 degrees Fahrenheit, so it can get quite warm, and when you lie on the warm gemstones, it really penetrates deeply into your body, and that's that infrared heat activation. It penetrates into the skin, relaxing muscles, boosting circulation, improving mood, and improving sleep. So your mat comes with a carrying case. It has a plug that detaches from the mat, and it's super easy to use. You just plug the cord into the mat, then into an outlet, and turn it on. You then have the ability to increase or decrease temperature and run through levels 1 through 9 on the PEMF setting. When you're done, your mat folds into 3s. You can put it back in your bag and hide it in a closet, or it lies flat and you can push it underneath the bed. Very low profile, doesn't take up a lot of space. It's definitely a little heavy, but totally manageable, and I have been lugging it back and forth between Napa and LA lately, so if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so my favorite ways to use the mat are to either just lie flat on it at the end of the day. I put in my AirPods. I'll often turn on a book, lie on my mat, and then just decompress after a long day of work. I love to stretch on the mat. It's such a nice way to intensify your daily stretching routine. You can do yoga on it. For me, I've always had trouble with slipping, and because of the texture on the mat, you actually stay in place pretty easily. So I will stretch at the end of the day or in the morning, and then all of my fellow estheticians can relate that we are part-time estheticians and full-time laundresses. So I really love to fold laundry while standing on my mat. So I'm getting the benefits of the PEMF while I'm multitasking and doing something that I don't love to do, which is folding sheets and towels and face compresses for hours at a time. I'll also do little exercises at the end of the night to relieve back pain and kind of realign my hips and my spine. And so I put my mat up in front of a bed or an ottoman, and I lie my back on the mat and I put my feet up in a 90-degree angle for about 10 minutes. Again, it feels so delicious, and it's such a nice way to end the day and remove some of that tension that accumulates in your low back from sitting all day or moving all day or being in the car for a really long time. I love that I can multitask. So whether I'm standing on it or stretching on it, to have a surface that also emits PEMF really allows me to easily integrate frequency therapy into my everyday life. And ease of use is really important to me. So I could not recommend it enough. I'm gonna put a link to the CurrentBody Infrared PEMF mat down below. And again, I'll put my discount code along with links to my other PEMF videos. The other thing that I like to do as often as I can is sauna. I've done an entire video on the benefits of sauna. There are so many scientific studies that show how beneficial using a sauna as often as you can is, not just mentally, but physically, and in terms of cardiovascular health and reducing your mortality rate. It's exponential. So while I don't have a full actual sauna, it is on my wish list. I'm looking at the Heavenly Heat saunas. They're the least toxic sauna on the market. They're grounded, they're low EMF. They offer traditional or infrared, and they have models that have LED panels in them. So someday, very soon, Heavenly Heat sauna will be in the Napa house. Until then, a sauna blanket is such an easy way to get all the benefits of sauna without the footprint and the price point of an actual wooden sauna box. I have a few sauna blankets, and the CurrentBody sauna blanket is my favorite. I'm not just saying that. If I were to choose one over the other, I always opt for the CurrentBody because it gets hotter than the other blankets that I have. It gets hotter faster than the other blankets that I have, which makes it really easy to use. And it's slightly larger, so it's really comfortable. And my boyfriend even fits in it. Multiple reasons why I prefer it. I have to have time to sauna. When I get into the blanket, I'm in there for at least 45 minutes. I turn it all the way up and I wait until I am dripping. So I have to have time to get in the blanket and then time to get in the shower before bed. But on the nights that I do that, I sleep so well. And that heat just penetrates deep into your body to remove any discomfort that you might have. It burns calories, it reduces inflammation, it strengthens the immune system, it removes toxins, and it improves mood. It helps you sleep better. There are so many benefits to getting in the sauna blanket. So just like the infrared PEMF mat, the sauna blanket also uses infrared heat. So infrared versus traditional sauna, infrared heats up the body, whereas a traditional sauna heats up the air around you. So when you're increasing that internal heat, it's activating a lot of different biological processes in the body, which is why there are so many amazing benefits to infrared sauna. It kickstarts a chemical reaction inside the body, raising the internal temperature, activating the body's cooling mechanism, which is sweat, which is where you get that detoxification action. So good for your skin, for your well-being, for your longevity. I cannot recommend sauning enough. It really is my favorite thing to do. So I use my sauna blanket at least 3 times a week, sometimes more, depending on my nighttime routine and how much time I have. I'll put a link to the CurrentBody infrared sauna blanket and my dedicated sauna video in the show notes down below. In addition to using modalities, I do Pilates a couple times a week. When I'm in Napa, I do reformer classes, and when I'm in LA, I use my Balanced Body motor. I love that thing. It is so much harder than a reformer, but it's low profile, another thing I can travel with if I need to, and it costs a fraction of the price of a reformer, and I can do almost everything I do on the reformer on the motor. So that's been a fun thing to have in LA, and I'll do virtual sessions with my Pilates instructor when I'm in LA on my motor here in the LA studio, which is helpful because sometimes in the mornings I don't have a lot of motivation to work out. Alternatively, in the evenings, I love to walk. I'll walk 7 miles if I have time, listen to a book, doing laps around the reservoir. I love walking. And you're getting that lymphatic activation, you're getting your heart rate up, so you're promoting cardiovascular health, it's lubricating your joints. A 30-minute walk almost every single day is a free and easy way to promote wellness in your own routines at home. So I highly recommend that if you're not already doing it. Plus, you'll get light exposure. Obviously, you want to avoid direct sunlight in the middle of the day, but towards the evening, getting sunlight on your skin can be really helpful for activating different processes in the body. Lots of new studies are coming out about how beneficial sun exposure actually is to human health. Weird correlations between an increase in sun exposure and a reduction in cancer, which seems very counterintuitive, but we're not talking about specifically skin cancer in these instances. They're talking about like other forms of cancer that actually are reduced by light exposure. Pretty wild. So the last thing we're gonna talk about is lymphatic drainage. So I've always done lymph drainage on my face, but I've gotten very into doing lymphatic drainage on my body in the last year, and it has made a world of difference. So our blood is filled with oxygen and nutrients and is pumped by the heart throughout the body. That's our sustenance. It goes everywhere. And then our waste removal system is our lymphatic system. And that removes toxins and buildup and all kinds of different things in the body, but it does not have its own pump. It relies on gravity and the movement of your body to work. And that means that it's not always working well. So doing manual lymphatic drainage or moving on a daily basis is so imperative to maintain a healthy lymphatic system. So doing things like dry brushing is a really easy way to improve your lymphatic, to stimulate your lymphatic system on a daily basis. I retail these body brushes that I absolutely love. This is my favorite dry brush that I've ever used. I'm pretty sensitive and some of the dry brushes are just really uncomfortable because the bristles are so hard. This is soft. They're handmade in Sweden by blind artisans in like a traditional Swedish technique. I cannot recommend these enough. But dry brushing in the morning before you get in the shower is an easy way to stimulate your lymphatic system. Walking or moving regularly helps activate your lymphatic system. Going for a 30-minute walk is such an easy, free thing that has so many health benefits that we all should be doing on a daily basis. Thankfully, we have a dog, so it's built into our life. But even if you don't have pets, getting out and moving is so important to maintaining optimal health, especially as we get older. In the last year, I have started getting manual lymphatic treatments. Here in LA, I do 2 sessions a month, and it has transformed my body. It's regulated and maintained my menstruation cycle. It's helped improve my immunity, and my stomach looks night and day different than it did before I started. I feel so much lighter when I do it. I'm addicted to getting these treatments done, and they're relaxing. So while it's not a traditional massage, I'm still getting that kind of like autonomic nervous system activation from it, which I really need. So one of the reasons that I started getting these treatments is because I noticed a little bit more fluid retention in my legs than I used to. And then since I started investing in getting treatments once a month, because it's not inexpensive, I wanted something at home that I could do on a regular basis to maintain those results. And so I bought these lymphatic compression pants, and I love them. I use them every single night. I had them a week. My boyfriend liked it so much, he bought his own pair. And so we sit side by side on the couch at night, and we call it legs. I'm gonna do our legs. I also bought the hip attachment, which I really like just because it activates the actual lymph nodes, which are here at the groin. You can just manually pump them with your hands if you're just using the leg attachments. I am so excited because CurrentBody's next wellness launch are compression pants. So get ready, guys. We're gonna have a whole video dedicated to that as soon as they get approved. But this really is the one thing I do every single day. I do it lying in bed or on the couch. Like I always have at least 25 minutes to do a little nighttime compression. It's relaxing. It feels like a leg massage, and then you get that reduction of fluid retention in the legs. By activating your lymphatic system, you're not just depuffing, you're reducing inflammation. You're removing toxins and debris that build up and cause long-term problems if it's not removed. You're boosting your immune system. Inside your lymph are white blood cells that get carried around the body and help fight off infection. Obviously, this waste removal promotes detoxification, and that gentle rhythmic massage from the compression offers stress relief. So when I have time, I do all 3 of these things. I will start out stretching at the end of the day on my PEMF mat. I get done with work, I eat dinner, I change into something comfy, I stand on my mat, I fold laundry that I've already started. I'm on load 2 probably by this time. And then I'll lay down on the mat, probably listening to a book. Currently listening to Daughter of No Worlds from Carissa Broadbent. Could not recommend it enough. Oh my God, I love her. And then I stretch, right? So a little chest opening, lots of tension in the legs and the low back. Maybe if I have extra time, I'll do that low back release where I lay with my feet up for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then all while getting the benefits of electromagnetism from the PEMF coils. And again, I really like those lower levels of intensity. I use a lot of frequency therapy in my life. I'm in front of my biocharger almost every single day. So I find that I'm just a little more sensitive and I feel a lower intensity very strongly. So then I get on my bed, I do my lymphatic compression pants between 25 and 45 minutes, and then I'll get in my sauna blanket. So the time has now added up, which is why I don't have the luxury of stacking all of these things all of the time. If I could on a daily basis, I absolutely would. Days off, 1000%, I'm doing all 3 of these things. So then I finish in my infrared sauna blanket. I'm in there for 45 to 50 minutes. I'll take a cool shower, rinse off, get in bed, and I'm done for the night. I feel so good. I hit the pillow so hard, and we start the whole thing the next day. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video and letting me share my wellness routine with all of you. I would love to know what you are all doing at home. Feel free to leave me comments down below this video and tell me your favorite daily and weekly wellness activities. I think it's so fun and a nice way for us all to learn from each other. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Again, all the links and all the codes will be in the show notes down below. I will see you all very soon. Bye.